Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to week 14 of the Blitz Player Props Release Show presented by EV Analytics. I am your host, Keith Eyster, Ice819 over at RotoGrinders and ScoresAndOdds.com. I am joined today, as always, by the creator of the Blitz projection system. We have Derek Carty. And Derek, I usually ask you how you're doing, but I have a feeling it's pretty good today. Coming off of a hot week. We've been flirting with it all season long. Blitz was on point last week, 8-2 on the week, up over 6 units.
Yeah, it was a really nice week. It's good to get one of those under our belt. I feel like we were catching a lot of bad luck, a lot of injuries and overtime shenanigans and just all kinds of stuff the past few weeks. So it was nice to get one where we kind of just crushed it across the board, which is nice. You know, we're up to 11% ROI on the year. We're doing really well. And, hopefully we can keep the hot streak going this week.
Yep, absolutely. Really good stuff from the Blitz last week. I saw you got a little flack on Twitter for the Nick Chubb call. That's always fun when you're on the other side of a really popular play. So just trust the math, right?
That's exactly it. Trust the math and trust that a lot of times the ugly play is the play that has the value. Like, oh, Nick Chubb's up against this horrible rushing defense. Like, of course he's going to smash, but like the books know that people are thinking that. They know that that's the narrative. They set the line to reflect that. And a lot of times it's over exaggerated because of it. The smart money was on the under for Chubb. And it was funny. Part of that guy's argument on Twitter was he's like, well, like you'd never actually bet the under on Patrick Mahomes, right? Which we've done this year twice and won. It's like, yes, you would. Everyone knows Mahomes is awesome. That's why his line is set where it is to begin with.
Really good stuff. All right, let's go ahead and jump in. We've got two for everyone here today. And I'll as always, keep an eye out on the Twitter feed. We should be adding some more as we go on throughout the week leading up to kickoff on Sunday. But our first one here for the show is over at Bet Rivers. We are targeting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers traveling to the San Francisco 49ers. Very low 37.5 point total in this game. San Francisco favored by 3.5. We are looking to the receptions market, and we have Cade Otton under 2.5 receptions here at some plus money. You get plus 112 over here on Bet Rivers.
Yep. I should note this market was pulled off essentially from just about every book. Everywhere else basically pulled it off. Bet Rivers, I think, is the only one with it right now, or any Canby book. Unibet, Barstool, Sugar House, whatever you have. So yeah, I like this bet. I wish we had a little more information because this is definitely based on Cameron Brate playing. If Cameron Brate doesn't play, then this bet does not look good at all. But when Brate plays, he's been, the number one tight end. They've been splitting work. It looks like there's going to be some weather in this game. And so I think the under here is the smart move.
Yeah, Otton was over 80% of the snaps last week, but that was without Brate. Brate expected to return. He got in 2 full practices the last 2 days. We don't have information on the practice report for today, but when Brate was out there, Otton was under 50% of the snaps. So yeah, definitely he's been productive recently, but that's primarily because of Brate missing time.
Yeah, and like you said, Brate got in practices this week. I wish we had a report right now on the Bucs, but I mean, I think given that a lot of books pulled this off, my guess is that Brate's good and they realized the line was really bad. So that's I think what we're looking at here.
All right, good stuff there. Cade Otton under 2.5 receptions plus 110 over here on Bet Rivers. I'm sorry, that looks like it moved. It's actually plus 116.
Yeah, it's actually plus 116 now, which if you can get it there, great. We had it plus 112 on the screen when we bet, so that's what will count for the record. But yeah, you can get it plus 116 now, which is great. So go for it.
All right, our second one for the week is going to be over on the FanDuel Sportsbook. We are looking at the Philadelphia Eagles game. They are traveling to the New York Giants. 44.5 point total in this game. Philly, big 7-point favorites here. We are looking for the rushing attempts market. And we are looking to take Miles Sanders over 14.5 carries here. Another plus money one, plus 112 here on FanDuel.
Yeah, I like this a lot. You'll be able to find, unlike the Otten one, you'll be able to find Miles Sanders carries at just about any book, but every other book right now is somewhere in the negative, ranging from minus 105 to minus 115. So getting it at plus 112 at FanDuel is a pretty significant edge. I like it less at other books, but FanDuel's pretty widespread. You should be able to hit this number pretty easily, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if this, adjusts in the next few minutes or certainly before game time on Sunday. But the Blitz is projecting about 16.5 carries here. So 2 full carries over. We're getting it at plus money. This is a spot where Philly should be able to run the ball quite a bit, especially in the second half. They're full touchdown favorites. They're facing the Giants, who are super overperforming. So it's honestly possible that they blow them out even more than that. And this projects as the second fastest paced game of the week. The Giants play pretty fast, so this should be a spot where Philly sees a little bit more volume than they would normally see. So all these things really work in Sanders' favor. And it looks like there's also even a little bit of chance for rain, which generally helps running backs because teams tend to run a little bit more. So especially if we get some rain, that looks good.
Absolutely. Good stuff here. Another outdoor game in the Northeast as we get later in the year, later in the season. Weather is always a factor in those games. And that should lead towards a run heavier game script. Philly is also a team that we've seen, like once they get up, they will take their foot off the gas. They're not like a KC or a Buffalo that'll just continue to throw throughout the game. Philly is perfectly fine sitting on a lead and running the ball a lot more when they have the lead. So
yeah,
good spot here for Miles Sanders.
It looks like in the chat, Rich Norton said he found plus 135 on Otten at Prop Builder, which is nice because that's where all the other books were before they pulled it off. So if there's a book still hanging that number, that's fantastic.
Yeah, really good stuff. Make sure you're shopping lines because every little bit of value that you can find is always important. So
yeah, it adds up.
Stuff there. It definitely does. Doesn't seem like a couple of points here and there are a big deal, but over the course of a season, it can definitely add to your bottom line by quite a good amount. That's going to do it for our picks this week. As usual, keep an eye on the Twitter. Follow at Derek Carty. Follow at RotoGrinders. We've been adding a bunch of plays late in the week, especially Sunday morning. I think you added 4 or 5 this Sunday morning, and every single one of them won.
Yeah, I think I added like 6 or 7, and we might have lost one of them. Oh no, some of them might have been on like Saturday or Friday, but yeah, we had them throughout the weekend. They've been doing well, especially last week. So keep an eye out.
Yep, definitely. Plan to have a few more plays for everyone throughout the week as we are leading off the kickoff. Just to recap what we have so far, the 2 bets over on Bet Rivers, Cade Otton under 2.5 receptions. Plus 112 is what we got it at. Keep an eye out for a better number. We've seen even some bigger plus money out there. And then we have Miles Sanders over 14.5 carries, plus 112 at FanDuel. That will do it for this week. Keep an eye out on the Twitter. We will be back next week for week 15. We'll tweet out the time. It's going to either be the Thursday at 2:30 Eastern or Friday at 4:30 Eastern, more than likely. But we will make sure to keep everyone updated on that. That was Derek Carty for the Blitz Player Props Release Show. I was Keith Eyster, and we will catch everyone next week.